Hey, and welcome to Let's Run Social with me, Nick Boddington. I want to talk today about CBO, Facebook's CBO, Campaign Budget Optimization. So if any of you have been following Facebook marketing or you do any type of Facebook advertising, you might be wondering what all the hype is about. Well, I'm going to explain it here. So we've been using CBO as an agency for months, if not a year, because Facebook has said that on the 27th of February that just gone, that it was going to become standardized across all accounts on Facebook. Now, that hasn't been the case. They've extended it even further, but not to worry because we're doing what we need to be doing. So what is this exactly? Okay, so in the past, we have been setting our budget at ad set budget. And that means that when you go to create a new ad campaign, you go into your campaigns, you name it your campaign, and then you go into your ad set. And this is where you choose your audience and your optimization and things like that. Now, campaign budget optimization is ticking the box on your campaign page when you first go and set up an ad and making the budget at campaign level rather than an ad level. So at ad level, if you were going to test 3 different audiences, you would choose £10 on one audience, £10 on another, and then £10 on another. And that's all great, apart from Facebook is just going to spend your £10. Now, if it's having a lot of success with one of those ads, it'll spend it quicker. If it's having trouble with one of them, it will spend a bit slower. What campaign budget optimization does, it takes that ad spend and splits it across those 3 ads. So let's say you had one ad going to, let's say it was for a child's product. So you had one ad going to parents of children aged 1 to 2 years, I think it is, new parents aged 0 to 12 months, and let's say you wanted to hit pregnant women or interest in pregnancy as the 3rd audience. With campaign budget optimization, what we tend to do in our strategy here when we do our first level of rapid fire testing is that we take the budget, let's say the budget is £30 a day. We then call the campaign what we're going to call it, and then we create our 3 different audiences. Now in those audiences, we'll use the same copy and the same images. So think of it like a split test, apart from we're using those 3 different audience ads to go to the same CBO budget. Yeah, makes sense? When we turn those on at the same time, if Facebook will then send it out to the audiences, and if it's getting better engagement, better leads or better purchases, whatever you might be optimizing for, it will spend more money or spend more of that £30 budget going to the audience that is working. It's not to say it'll switch off completely from the other 2. If they're not performing at all, I mean, we see it that it'll literally, you finish let's say you've got it on the day, you'll finish the day off with £29 has gone straight to one audience, created all the leads or whatever you're optimizing for, and the other 2 have been completely ignored. We'd obviously class that as a complete winner. If we're completely dubious about it and we're thinking, okay, I know we've left it to Facebook and I know that Facebook knows what it's doing, but I still am keen to see one of those audiences do, then you could switch off the winner because it's done its job, it's taken a lot of spend, but day 2, a new £30 spend comes in, click off the one that won on the day before and let it run for those other 2 audiences and see what your stats come back with. Usually what happens when we're testing each phase, whether it's the first phase of audience, once we've got an audience working, we set up a new campaign based on the campaign budget optimization using one audience, but then we choose different creative, or we might choose different copy, whatever it might be, but we're always sticking in that campaign optimization side. The one thing that we will do in the test phase is that once either of the audiences or either of those ad sets get to 1,500 impressions, we switch off. Now, if we miss it and it's 1,900 or 1,300 or whatever, we sort of gauge it, but we like to switch off then. Facebook says that it can read data after 500 impressions. A lot of people go to 1,000. We like to sit comfortably and say, well, we can get the best data back if we switch an ad set off at 1,500 impressions. So that's what we like to work to. You can do it however you like to, but that's how we like to work to as an agency. Now, the other good thing about CBO is that rather than looking into horizontal scaling and vertical scaling, we're quite comfortable with the fact that we can scale a lot quicker at CBO and having it set having it set there. So let's say we then might have 2 audiences that are working, and under those 2 audiences we've got 3 ads in each one, and we want to scale them. I'll feel a lot more comfortable scaling the CBO campaign budget up a lot quicker than if we were working at ad set, to not hit that algorithm and start sending all the data all over the place. We try and stick to 20%, but on occasions, and I haven't seen any problems happen, I will double it or just literally go 100% up on the actual spend, and I haven't seen major problems with that. So feel comfortable to do that, because we are here. I know that always takes a little bit of guts to go, I'm ready to do it, but we're finding it works okay. So that is my very simple take on CBO, why we're loving it. We're loving it for scaling, and we're loving it for testing processes. If that didn't make sense and you want to watch it again, then go back to the beginning of this video, watch it again. If you've got any questions about how we're doing the CBO and what exactly we mean, then go underneath and just put in a comment, and we'll comment back to you, whichever social media or YouTube, wherever you're watching this particular video. Okay, hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again on the next one. Bye.